The taxonomy of the paper wasp is as follows: the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Hymenoptera, the family is Vispidae, and the genus Ropalidia, species revolutionalis. Common name, paper wasp. The anatomy of the paper wasp is similar to those of other wasps. There is a segmented body including the head, thorax, and gaster. The wasp waist connects the thorax and gaster, but in the paper wasp it is much more slender than most wasp species. Paper wasps are mostly dark brown, with lighter brown markings found on the thorax and abdomen. It is a smaller wasp species, reaching only 6 to 8 millimeters in adulthood. The common name paper wasp comes from the material used to build the nests. Wood fibers and saliva are used to create the paper-like nests. Individuals can be found on the nest, foraging around gardens or around buildings. A single colony may add several adjacent nests, known as satellite nests, as the colony grows. They are endemic to Australia. New nests are started by one female, but associated females come along to build satellite nests. Multiple queens are common when the colony grows to a much larger size. There is one dominant egg-laying female, supported by other fertilized subordinate females, who also have the potential to lay eggs. Paper wasps exhibit eusocial behavior. This means that they have a complex hierarchy with few reproductive contributors. In most cases, this means one dominant queen, but as previously stated, paper wasps can have multiple queens. The entire colony works together to take care of the young. Non-reproductive workers help maintain the nest, feed the larvae, and defend the nest. The nest acts as a nursery, with the queens laying one egg per cell. Paper wasps show resounding aggression when defending their nests. They are known to produce quite a painful sting. In addition to defending the colony, there is a known behavior exhibited by the females of the colony called dominance acts. This is when the dominant female displays aggression towards the other females in a display of power. The workers forage for caterpillars, flies, and beetles, and other soft-body insects to feed the larvae. The adults themselves feed on nectar from flowers. The nests are built from wood fiber coming from posts and live plant stems. The workers chew this material, the saliva breaks it down, and this is used to form the paper-like cells of the nest. The nests are oriented downward and are suspended by a single filament. These are usually found on the sides of buildings or any overhang.
In addition to studying the natural history of the Australian paper wasp, field observations were conducted. The observations were made at James Cook University campus in Townsville, Queensland. The majority of observations took place at Building 25. The colony observed most frequently was a large collection of satellite nests on an exterior ledge of the back of the building, very near a grassy area with several trees. There were two general time frames in which the observations were taken. The first observation time was the early afternoon, when there was plenty of natural sunlight. The average temperature of this observation time was about 26 degrees Celsius. In the early afternoon, there was a lot of movement up and down the nests, and quite a bit of travel between satellite nests. There was a lot of aggression observed between individuals, including one occurrence of what we believe was a dominance act. In this interaction, two wasps began fighting, fell to the ground, fought some more, then flew back up to the nest. There was also some leaving and returning of individuals to and from the nest. The second observation time was in the evening just after dark. There was very little natural light, and with the semi-isolated status of the location, there was very little light at all. The average temperature for this time frame was around 20 degrees Celsius. There were far fewer individuals observed in the evening, and of the wasps that were seen, there was very little movement observed. There was almost no aggression seen between the individuals, and there were very few seen flying to and from the nest. The most common observed behavior in the evening was individuals appearing to be grooming themselves.
To reiterate, paper wasps are a eusocial species with both helper and queen females. Both female types are found whether looking at a single comb colony or a multiple comb colony, noting that multiple comb colonies will likely have more queen-like females. Both types of females perform both intranital and extranital tasks, nital referring to the nest. We proposed a study that would look at the proportion of tasks performed by either the queens or helpers and see if there's a seasonal difference in the proportion. In other words, do queens or helpers perform intranital or extranital tasks relatively more or less depending on the season? In order to do such a study, we would follow the methodology of Ito's 1987 project in which the social behavior of paper wasps was observed and recorded. We would mark females of each colony, differentiating between helpers and queens, and perform a certain number of observation hours to determine proportion of extranital versus intranital tasks fulfilled by each female type. This would be done in each season. Comparative statistics would follow to test for significant differences between the seasons. Strengths of working on this species are 1. That they are common and readily available for data collection. 2. They are a eusocial species that displays hierarchical behavior that can be easily identified. Weaknesses, however, are 1. That they are a primitive eusocial species, so there is less complexity in their behavior compared to other social wasps, so there is less to observe. 2. They are aggressive, so observations need to be made from a distance. And 3. As they are aggressive, they can't be observed in high traffic areas where the colony is likely to be removed for pest control.